Hey guys, how's it going, and welcome back to another Total War video with the Terminator. In this video, I want to showcase a mod that's been in development for a few years now for Rome 2 Total War that not only spices up the campaign gameplay, but also really diversifies the battle experience in the game, and that is New World. Being developed by Genesis, New World is a Rome 2 mod that is still very much in development, but that offers a solid variety of new factions, new units, buildings, cultures, government types, and much more in an alternate reality of the world where Atlantis really did exist, or that Troy was never taken by the Greeks and continued to thrive beyond into Roman times. As an overhaul mod, there is so much to cover, so I won't be able to do all of it in this video, but I will be highlighting here the most impressive bits that hopefully will show you exactly why you need to give this mod a try. New World already has over 6,000 subscribers currently in the Steam Workshop and has grand plans in the future, so there's no doubt in my mind if you're seeing this for the first time, you will definitely enjoy it. So let's dive right in and explore some of its features. There are currently 3 campaigns included in the mod: the Grand Campaign, Hannibal at the Gates, and Helena in Goal, each with brand new and interesting factions and playstyles. The Grand Campaign is where most of the new content is and comes with factions like the Amazons, the Norsemen, Troy, Etruria, Atlantis, and much more, all with very unique units and playstyles that look absolutely fantastic, by the way. Hannibal at the Gates also has some of these factions included, as well as the Samnites, which are a powerful little nation with a challenging start, being completely surrounded by Rome. And Helena in Gaul is essentially the Amazon Queen Helena invading Gaul instead of the Romans, a cool, interesting take on the DLC, with a future major overhaul coming for it as well, so stay tuned on this one. Also, each of these campaigns is balanced for hard difficulty, so if you're gonna try it, make sure you're set on that. And each of these new factions have especially challenging starting positions, putting the player in a small starting location to be surrounded by many real and potential enemies, but with the added benefit of having a fantastic roster, so it's not all doom and gloom. I played my first campaign as Troy, which starts off with Pergamum to your south thirsting for war, Bithynia to your north looking a little anxious, and the Greek states across the pond, of course, who never really liked you, with your only potential ally being Lydia to your east. Same with the Samnites in the Hannibal at the Gates campaign. You're totally and utterly surrounded by the Romans, who you are subjugated by, of course, but you have no allies, a small number of resources, and I mean, you're surrounded by the Romans. How much more difficult can a campaign get? It's this difficulty first and foremost, coupled with the absolutely brilliant rosters, that make this mod so great. You really have to think about your first moves and commit to a certain strategy to make the most of it. But this is just the tip of the iceberg in terms of what's changed in the campaign gameplay. We have new government types, loads of new buildings, new political actions, reskinned generals, faction leaders, renamed cities, new cultures, overhauled dilemmas. So many changes here and there that come together to provide a seriously unique experience, and honestly, it sets this mod apart from others in almost every way. We even have brand new campaign assets on the map with wonders like the Colossus of Rhodes, or unique buildings for cities like Carthage or Athens, all of which adds that much needed depth and immersion that Vanilla Rome 2 lacks. The Norse faction, for example, have a government type called Expedition, which as it sounds supports you on a playstyle that's more raiding and looting and pillaging than anything, coupled with a unique building type like the Loot Pit, which generates income from booty. You start to get the picture here of what kind of experience the mod is trying to provide. Overall, I promise that from a campaign perspective, this mod will absolutely not disappoint. Genesis is gearing it to be a mod that not only provides new and exciting content, but that fixes what Vanilla Rome 2 did so wrong by making new things a joy to discover and new factions a pleasure to replay. But enough about the campaign, let's talk about the next shining beacon for this mod. With all these new factions, the mod team has added a whole host of new units that look seriously insane. From the variety of helmets, spears, uniforms, shields, colors, to how these units actually play on the battlefield, to new battle animations and formations That's right, you heard me. New battle animations. The battles in this mod are something to behold, and I promise you'll just pause in some moments to take in the spectacle of what's going on. Hundreds of new units have been added to the campaign, from the Myrmidon mercenaries you can recruit, to the Norse berserkers with their giant menacing axes, to the Amazon women, all clad in shining armor. They all just look absolutely amazing. The main point here is that there's a real sense of unit diversity, guys, not just in stats and how they play, but really in how they look. You can really see how much effort has gone into making armor look different, weapons look unique, almost to a point where each individual in a unit is an NPC you could care about. There have been some great little tweaks here and there to battle stats as well, with flanking now impacting morale and melee defense a lot more, tweaks to morale here and there, melee hit chance, and a lot more, all to make battles feel slightly slower and more impactful when making big tactical plays, similar to how DEI plays a bit, but much more dynamic as you have these fantastical units to play with. All in all, the detail you see here, the animations, everything comes together for a memorable battle experience that will certainly not disappoint. Another amazing aspect of New World is that every patch, which comes out every 2 to 4 months or so, makes a lot of changes and adds brand new content to the mod. Patch 8, which released not too long ago, did things like removing replenishment bonuses for the AI, adding 7 new wonders to the campaign map, and introducing the Norsemen as a brand new faction to play in the Grand Campaign, which I highly recommend, by the way. Genesis has already started work on patch 9 as well, which will focus on creating an offshoot faction to Egypt called Kemet, being more ancient Egyptian focused, as well as adding Judea as a faction in the area. We've already got a sneak peek into what Kemet may be like, with a starting city of Memphis or Thebes, and likely some really fantastic units like we see here. There is also a roadmap to the mod I'm privileged to show you today, which includes brand new as well as overhauled existing factions, overhauled characters with unique traits and skills, new ancillaries and victory conditions, as well as a proper campaign story mission element to each faction, by the way, and finally a planned rebalance and overhaul for Helena in goal, and much more, guys. The planning for this mod, even with everything that's been done so far, still has so much potential and has such a bright future ahead. And that's it for today, guys. New World is an overhaul mod that, in my eyes, could one day rival the likes of Divided Impera to be one of the best and one of the must-try mods of any Total War. And even now, it is 100% worth you giving it a shot. I cannot recommend it enough. Link to the mod is in the description below, but also hop on by the mod's Discord channel for regular updates, multiplayer battles and campaigns, or if you want to feedback, I'm sure Genesis would really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and if you did, give it a like and drop any thoughts or questions in the comments section below. Subscribe for more Total War content, gameplay, and news, and thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.